It has happened in Vegas. The Cup's going to stay in Vegas. And for the first time, the Golden Knights are Stanley Cup champions.
All right, hey everybody, welcome to our first double-digit episode, number 10. We're joined by a special guest today, Mr. Ryan Sandroni, former Clarkson Golden Knight also. And we're happy to have you today.
Yeah.
What jersey you wearing there?
Thank you. This is Ryan Getzlaff. It's the first jersey I bought.
Nice.
for
Got the
the Ducks.
captain patch.
Yeah.
Big Ducks fan.
Love this jersey. Big Ducks fan.
Yeah.
Do you still follow the Ducks at all?
I like their jersey.
Fair enough.
There you go.
But no, I've lost faith.
Yeah.
Well, did you at least watch the Mighty Ducks movies?
I have after I started following the Ducks.
Oh, there you go.
I watched the Ducks for a while we were at Clarkson. There was some positive things, and then there were a lot of negative things, and then they kind of just fell apart into what they are now.
Yeah.
So
you were pretty much getting in like right at the peak of like their playoff performances. Like 16, 17, they were making the playoffs, and they had that deep run. And then 17, 18 was kind of their last hurrah in the playoffs, and then since then, they haven't been in. So it's been tough. I know you're a bit of a sports bandwagon sort of guy for the most part. Like the Spurs, you were going for a while until they also got out of the playoffs, and it's like But you've been pulling for the Rangers.
You know what?
I mean,
if I keep rooting for a team, then I'm just like rooting for like laundry, like the jerseys.
I think the Sandroni curse is worse
none
than
of the same players.
And Brendan's curse. For any team you root for, it does worse.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's happened. I have terrible sports luck.
What football team are you rooting for these days?
The Bills. That's why they've crashed and burned in the playoffs.
Yeah,
a few years ago. Yeah. There's a lot of optimism in Buffalo now, though.
There is, and that's a little bit of the reason why I'm wearing the Sabres jersey today. I know you're hot on the Buffalo train.
Yeah.
Not only for football, but obviously the Sabres as well. We'll get into that a little bit, but yeah, it's an exciting time for Buffalo fans. As weird as that might be to say, just based on the history of sports in that town for as long as there's been Major League sports. I mean, it's been disappointment and heartbreak and long periods of terrible sports. Like the Sabres are in it right now, although they're hopefully getting out. But the Bills had long stretches of huge playoff droughts too, and obviously both teams have been to championship games and have never come out with the win. So we're hoping they can turn the tide sooner or later.
Yeah. I'm from Western New York, and like I've never seen a good Buffalo team like recently. So for the Bills and the Sabres, there's like nothing but excitement on the internet for them. It's
absolutely
it's crazy right now.
Brendan and I have talked about where we both think they're a playoff team this year.
Yeah, I think most people that I've talked to have them, making it, except for Owen, who thinks that the Senators are better than the Sabres, which I guess we'll see. But you've got.
I also think every Ottawa defender is better than Rasmus Dahlin.
Yes, that's true. Apparently, and Owen Power also. Two number one overall picks, but Jake Sanderson's projected to be better than them or whatever. And I'm not saying that won't be good, but
They've got some young guys, some good young guys too in Ottawa. So.
no, they do, and I'm definitely ragging on Owen probably a little bit more than I need to, but
I mean, if Ottawa was ahead of Buffalo in the standings at the end of this year, I wouldn't be shocked. But I think Buffalo's favored for sure.
yeah, I would say so. And like it's so tough because there's so many good teams in that conference, really, and it's like there's gonna be some really good teams that aren't gonna make the playoffs. That's just you got to be better than half the league, and so those 17th, 18th, 19th place teams are still gonna be pretty damn good.
And the Atlantic's still a tough division, even with teams regressing, like the Bruins.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not the window is very short for some of these teams to capitalize before these falling teams get good again. So we'll see, but we can get into. I've got Sandroni's playoff bracket here, which he generated for
And
us.
right into it, huh?
Yeah. Since we're
You
talking
want
about
to share
Buffalo,
it?
yeah.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it yet?
Nope.
All right. Well,
I'm ready to tear it apart.
It's not that ludicrous.
Stayed up
as
all
what I
night
said.
for 3 nights.
I mean, we've seen Owens,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I mean, I'm prepared for anything.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not worse than Owens. So we'll start
Well,
out.
Sandroni, you said you've seen all the podcasts. What do you think of Owens' bracket? Did you remember it?
It's hopeful.
It's the correct word, I'd say.
Yeah,
very hopeful.
That's apt.
I don't know. Anything could happen.
Are you sports betting?
No. I'm not. I'm not good enough at picking games.
Well, I mean, there's also
I'd be the
hopeful
one that's
sports bettors
funding.
where if you're a Buffalo fan, you just bet on the Sabres.
Yeah.
Bet Buffalo making the playoffs is probably
I
good money.
could.
Yeah, a new addiction that has just been developed.
No,
Please bet responsibly.
Every team that I've kind of favored is like exploded. So I falling apart and
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Rangers are still good, but they
the Rangers are still.
They had a bad playoffs last year. Obviously, I mean they pushed a 7, but they did not win that series. So we'll see how they do this year. But I feel like you're probably gravitating towards Buffalo a little bit more at this point.
I mean, your hockey fandom has already gone through like 5 teams, right? When did you start following hockey? When did you start following NHL hockey? In college, right?
So in college, yeah. So I never really even watched much hockey at all before going to Clarkson. So it was really like a lot of the D1 hockey. It was like very exciting going to those games, and so everyone was watching NHL, and I picked a team in the Ducks that I liked because they were like a lot of offense, and then they had a great goaltender, and I like goaltending and offense, but they didn't have a defense.
They still don't. For the most part,
still don't.
He's still getting shelled every night, like 50 plus shots or shot attempts or whatever. Poor Gibson.
Yeah. And then I also liked the Rangers because they were on TV every night, and I like the team that plays in Madison Square Garden. Yeah.
And then you moved to Buffalo.
To watch. Yeah.
Big Buffalo fan.
Yeah. I never wanted to like the Sabres because I wasn't ready to get go through that.
Yeah.
I already liked the Bills, and that was during the Tyrod Taylor years, and those had their ups and downs.
Yeah.
For the Bills, but yeah.
It's a lot to ask.
But I'm definitely pretty. I'm pretty proud of this area and Buffalo and all that. So.
Ducks to Rangers to Sabres. Never felt like being an Islanders fan.
No, that'd be like rooting for the Jets or something.
There you go. Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
That's kind of how the faction seems to go. It's like Giants, Rangers, and maybe like Knicks, and then it's like Jets, Islanders, Nets. Like they have all like they're all like factioned out. So it's very strange when like when a team or when
and the Yankees versus the Mets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I watch a lot of Yankees games.
There you go.
They're not any good either.
No, they just had a pretty bad season, I've heard. I don't follow baseball, but I heard that they were pretty underwhelming, at least as far as how they're supposed to be.
Yeah, so like around here, like kind of Syracuse area, as far as professional sports go, most people are like Yankees fans and Bills fans, and then if they follow hockey, it's kind of like up in the air. Like, do you go with like a New York team, or do you go with another team, or do you go with Buffalo? We're kind of in like a middle ground there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're closest to Buffalo, but you're still in New York, so it's like, yeah, realistically, and people can move from the city or Long Island or whatever to other parts of the state. It's a big state, believe it or not. Some people might think New York and think just the city down there, but there's a lot to New York. It's a big place, so it's not always easy to get to every part of New York if you're living in certain areas. So.
And you came to that NHL game in Ottawa, right? You went on one of those trips?
Yeah, a couple of them. And then we saw Team USA there, too.
Yeah. We saw that USA-Canada preseason game.
Were those your first NHL hockey experiences live?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
And have you gone any since then?
Yeah. So I've been to a Buffalo game a couple of years ago. I don't get out there often, but we went, and there was actually they were playing the Devils, and this was a couple of years ago that they had like a team that was really good for half the year, and then they just collapsed the second half.
That's every year.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Typical Sabres.
Hard to narrow it down what year.
Yeah.
But I went to that game, and they had a 5-goal second period. Buffalo did. It was kind of nuts there. Everyone was screaming in the crowd.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
They lost that game 6-5, of course.
Yeah, no.
Typical Buffalo fashion.
Typical. Devils responded with a 6-goal third period.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Let's take a look at the bracket. I've got it pulled up. Maybe we can throw it on the screen afterwards, or I guess I could do it now if I wanted to.
You want to share it? Because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, let me share it. Let's see.
Let me rip it apart.
Oh, no.
All right, you guys should be able to see that.
Toronto, Dallas. Sure.
So, yeah, it's not a... let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here.
I mean, Carolina Presidents, that makes sense.
There we go, yeah. So, yeah,
Pittsburgh.
Carolina. We'll start over here with our President's Trophy winners facing off against Pittsburgh, which I don't think is too outlandish. I mean, they did improve this year, and they've got Carlson there now, so they could certainly make a jump back. And then I think New Jersey and the Rangers as a 2-3 is pretty. I think pretty much everybody's having some sort of 1-2-3 of Carolina, New Jersey, and the Rangers. So that's not too ludicrous. And then we've got Toronto taking the Atlantic, and then Tampa Bay still strong with number 2, and then Buffalo sneaks in at 3, which is I also have Buffalo at 3rd.
So you think the Penguins are a better team than the Bruins?
I think so. I don't know.
What makes you
gut
think
feeling.
that?
It's
Just
probably
a gut
good
feeling.
for you.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, I don't want you to root for
Yeah,
my
no,
team.
I don't know.
On
Picking
second
up
thought.
Carlson and like, I think that they have the pieces to get back there, and
Yeah,
I
Carlson's
don't know
good.
if they can really make a run for it, but yeah, that was my justification of them over the Bruins.
Yeah, they had a better offseason for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely did. Even though they're still an older team for sure, but
Yeah.
it could work out really well. So we'll see how it goes for them. And then so we've got New Jersey and Carolina duking it out, and New Jersey comes out with the win there. Toronto over Florida, they get the run back, and then Tampa Bay over Buffalo, and Toronto comes out. And they're making it all the way to the Stanley Cup final, which I'm sure Toronto fans have been looking forward to for a long time. And we do have them as the
Toronto.
champs. Oh yeah. I thought I fixed all of those, but I didn't. Oops, I just made it Toronto.
Toronto.
That wasn't my fault. That was Brendan's.
That was my fault, yes. Because he sent it to me in an Excel file, and I had to basically recreate it. I don't even have Excel. Like, I don't even have a license anymore, so I was like, yeah, I can't use this. Anyways, we've got Colorado taking the West. I don't think that's very crazy either. And Calgary. So you also have Calgary coming back, which Dean and I also have Calgary. And we didn't have the Jets returning. And then, yeah, Dallas and Minnesota. They've played a couple of series now. I wouldn't be surprised to see this again. And then Edmonton taking the West or the Pacific. I think that's pretty much the sexy pick.
I think Vancouver's
Vegas.
the most outlandish pick.
Vancouver is not
outlandish.
It's a little bit crazy, but like I think if everything goes right for them, they could push for a spot. But yeah, I would say out of
I'd
everything,
say Vancouver and Pittsburgh, but you have both of them losing in the first round, so it's like
yeah,
it could happen.
it's
not as out
really
there as Chicago.
Yeah,
Chicago.
I can't get behind the Chicago. I don't know what he's thinking. But Vancouver's still got some good players. Yeah.
He's gonna be right, and like something's gonna hit.
I don't think so.
I hope to God it's not the Senators, because we'll never hear the end of it. He's like, when are you gonna have me back on the podcast? I want to talk about the Sens. I want to talk about the Sens. See,
when Pinto gets signed, we'll have him back.
There you go. And so Vegas over Los Angeles, and Edmonton over Vancouver. I mean, that would certainly be an interesting series to watch. Like, any two Canadian teams playing against each other is always going to be a good matchup.
You didn't give us your game numbers.
Yeah, I didn't ask for that.
That's fair.
But I don't know if it really makes much of a difference. They're all sweeps. That would be boring.
So you guys both have Dallas in the final.
Yeah, so I have Dallas also, and you've got Dallas over Vegas in a 2020 bubble rematch, and Dallas versus Toronto. The Robertsons could potentially be playing each other. Nick Robertson with the Maple Leafs and Nick what the hell is his name? Jason Robertson with the Stars. So that would be kind of cool. So yeah, like I mean, there's not really like a ton for me to pick apart here, honestly. Like, you've got a couple hopeful picks in Pittsburgh and Vancouver, and even Pittsburgh really isn't that hopeful. Like, they did improve. They could be good this year. So, I'd say it's much more level-headed than whatever this is.
Right. The same here. Like, those are the only two things I'd criticize is Pittsburgh and Vancouver. But like I said, they're wild card and they're losing in the first round. So it's like, yeah.
And and to Owen's credit, we have mentioned this before, but his like final is not crazy either.
Right.
Like, Edmonton versus Carolina isn't bad. So that's what we've
got.
got.
I like it.
An earlier draft of that had the Rangers going farther, but I figured if I was watching it, they're not going far.
Yeah. Well, your philosophy was what? Like,
Yeah.
The outcome that you don't want to happen is what you were pretty much putting in
Yeah.
there.
Yep. I'm not a big fan of Carolina teams, so they're gonna win a few.
There you go.
And New Jersey too. Why not?
Yeah, throw them in there.
I mean, they're like a favorite at this point, the Devils.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Devils are a hot team right now. Hot team.
Ah.
So yeah, that's pretty reasonable. We can cross that off.
I'm glad you think so.
Very well, mostly safe bracket.
Safe. Yeah.
While we're talking about the Flames, you want to talk about Backlund?
Yeah, sure. So this actually broke a couple hours before we started recording, but
We're on top of it.
yeah, Backlund, he signs an extension to stay with the Flames for 2 more years. So he's still under contract right now, but so this will kick in next year. But it's a $4.5 million contract, like annual average value. So he's taken a bit of a pay cut to stay in Calgary. And he's also been named the captain, the 21st captain in Flames history. So I don't think that was, too shocking. I think a lot of people were thinking if they were going to give it to somebody, it would either be him or Lindholm if he was going to stick around, because those guys have been there for a long time at this point. Staples of that core. So makes sense. I think that's a good move to get a little bit more order, in that locker room, because they were pretty dysfunctional last year. Just had a tough go. They had just some really bad luck in overtime and shootouts also. Like they lost, I don't know, it was like 17 games or something like that in overtime or shootout, which I think was probably the most in the league. So if they can clean some of those up, I mean, they were only like I think they were only a point or two out from the playoffs last year too. They were knocking at the door, along with Nashville. So, yeah, I think it might have been like maybe 2 points behind Winnipeg or something like that. So, could be talking about a different story for them if they made it. But I think that's why, Dean and you also, Sandroni, have picked them to make a comeback to the postseason.
Yeah, I thought Lindholm would be the captain. That's what the rumblings were, but I guess Backlund's older, so maybe it's kind of like a similar thing with Boston having Marchand now, and then once he retires, they'll move. Maybe if Lindholm sticks around, he'll be the next captain, I guess. But
could be, and Lindholm might also still be sort of uneasy about wanting to stick around. Sort of see like, if Backlund's already, ready to commit and he signs this extension, he's at least going to be here for 3 more seasons.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what Lindholm does next year or whenever they extend him.
Yeah, if they give him an extension, or if they wait until the off season, or if things really start to sour and they want to move him at the deadline, maybe they could do that. I don't know what his cap hit is though, so. That might not be a very tantalizing option for some folks. Well, most teams.
You don't know what you were wondering what Lindholm's cap hit was, or
yeah, Lindholm.
Lindholm's 4.85 million.
Yeah, so that might be something that some contending teams could work out. But again, obviously that's not the plan for Calgary. They're looking for another playoff berth, so we'll see. And then more Calgary news also with Calgary and Edmonton. They revealed the Heritage Classic jerseys, which I liked the Edmonton one. I thought it looked pretty good. Them. The Calgary one is okay. I think it could use some yellow in there, but it looks all right. I don't know if you saw Sandroni or not. But
I did not.
The Edmonton ones are based off of the Mercuries, and they got a pretty cool logo here, and the number is actually in the oil drop.
I don't know if I would get that jersey, if I was a jersey collector, because I like the whole uniform, like with the leather pants and gloves. But like the jersey itself's cool, but I think the uniform's what makes it.
Yeah, that can definitely happen sometimes where the full uniform is really what looks good, or sometimes the jersey will look really good, but then the full uniform doesn't. Like I think
Mm-hmm.
the Sabres reverse retro from last year, the all white with the white pants and the like white everything looked a little bit strange, but the jersey isn't like too bad. Um,
I feel like I'm normally the other way, where I don't really love the jersey, but once I see it on the ice, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
that has happened to me. Like that happened with the Arizona alternate, the maroon one that they just came out with the word mark.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't really
Yeah.
like it that much, but on ice I actually do think it looks like pretty good.
Like especially the new Bruins Centennials. Like I was watching obviously the preseason games, and like the home ones I really like. The away ones, seeing them on the ice, I'm like, I still don't like them.
Oh yeah,
But the home ones I do really like. But I still have to decide. I might just wait till there's a sale. Like I don't love them enough to buy them outright right now.
yeah. I thought about buying them because they were on sale for like 125 or something on, or 129 or something on
That's
the
a tempting
NHL
price.
shop. And I was like, I think I could probably get them for a better price, so I'm gonna wait out.
And that's for a blank, right?
Yeah,
And then how much did you say was the customized? Like $60?
yeah, it could be around there, 60, maybe 80, depends on who you go through. But um, so yeah, if you want to get a name number, you got to factor that in. But
Mm-hmm.
that's why, yeah, if I do want a customization, I'll just get the blank and then buy it or get the customization later because it's almost always cheaper and you usually get a better like quality jersey because the pre-made ones are all like heat pressed and the nameplates fall off and stuff. So
Yeah.
that's always a pain. You can also get them done like at the game sometimes too. Like if I go to a Sabres game, I might bring this one just so I can get a name put on it.
Mm.
We'll see.
Have you been watching any hockey yet this year, Sandroni? Or are you waiting for the regular season to kick off?
Yeah, I've been watching some preseason Buffalo games. Yeah, they've won them all so far.
They beat the
They're actually
Bruins.
playing right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, are they?
They beat the Bruins yesterday.
They're I
They're
forget who
playing
was in net for you guys,
Toronto
but he was
now.
looking really good.
Levi?
Yeah,
Levi,
David Levi.
Devin
Yeah,
Levi. Yeah,
Devin. That's
he
it.
played a bit last year, and like Buffalo's hot on him.
I mean, I've
Oh
heard the
yeah.
name
Yeah,
before.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He's a young guy. Uh,
he looks good.
yeah,
My
looking
brother
really
goes
good.
to Northeastern, and he saw Devin Levi play in Northeastern, and was like, "Yeah,
Mhm.
this guy is like really good. Like he's gonna light it up once he
Yeah,
gets to the NHL." So, it was pretty cool to see him go to Buffalo because actually he was originally drafted by Florida, but then his rights were traded to Buffalo. So
mm.
yeah, he played I think 7 games last year. He went 5-2 or 5-0-2, I can't, or something like that. So he had a good run, and
Mm.
I think he's definitely going to be the future for goaltending there. And then they still got UPL, Jukka-Pekka Luukkonen, and
Hmm. Yeah,
uh, I think Comrie is still there also. So
yeah. Comrie, I think they may run three
yeah,
goaltenders.
they
So
might
it
do that.
sounds like a rotation. Yeah, I guess yeah. That's like been an issue for them before, but
Yeah.
like goaltenders. But it sounds like they're getting like really solid now. That part of the ice.
Yeah, which I mean, after how long
Mm,
like they've been bad, like, and so been acquiring assets, it's like eventually you got to hit on somebody, and it looks like they have
yeah.
with Levi. We'll see. I think Luukkonen's probably projected to be more of a backup, but I think he could still be good, and Comrie also is in that a similar role. Maybe he could be like a 1B sort of thing, as sort of his ceiling, but. Um, I think hopefully they finally got that figured out, and then it's just making sure their defense makes it easy for them, and because that's been sort of the story the last couple of years is the offense has been up, up, up. Like I think they were like third in goals scored last year, something like that. Um, but they couldn't keep the
And
puck
like
out of the net.
30th in goals allowed or whatever.
Yeah, it
It's
it was not good. So that's what ended up doing them in last year, which I mean, they probably could get away with outscoring their problems for the most part this year, just based on their forward group. Looks so strong. But you know, as far as playoff success, it's not necessarily a recipe for success, but we'll see.
Have you?
Yeah, the offense is definitely there.
Definitely.
What have you thought of the Golden Knights prospects? Have you watched the preseason games?
I actually haven't watched the preseason games. But
not a fan.
Yeah.
When the cup after
talking to
4
you.
years, yeah.
I have heard a little bit about them. I just don't generally watch like the preseason stuff, just because it's not. I mean, it really just isn't that interesting, and yeah, you can get some. Although that Logan Cooley goal was really really awesome from Australia. I don't know if you saw that one, Ryan, but they played a couple preseason games in Australia, and Logan Cooley had like this beautiful goal from one side of the ice to the other, and had a nice little spin move in there. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, as far as like player development, it's good to get them in there. But I mean, I think Vegas at least doesn't have much room for prospects to get into the lineup. Like they're pretty much just gonna roll with mostly the same guys, and maybe a couple guys can get in there. So it's not as, I don't think it's as crucial for me, but maybe I should be watching just for the sake of staying on top of the team. You know, I have a duty now,
right?
As a part of sports media,
as a podcaster.
Yeah.
Typically, my experience with the preseason in sports is it's just a bunch of lies before the regular season starts. It's like you still don't know at the end of it.
Well, even if like a prospect is sticking out, it's because they're playing other prospects. So like they can look really good, but they're not playing NHL talent, so it's tough to know.
It is funny though when like one team is like, yeah, we're gonna have pretty much all of our starters or most of them come in. Like Calgary blanked Vancouver 10-0 the other night. Like they had most of their guys in, and Vancouver's like throwing in all their prospects and stuff, and it's like, yeah, that was a nice experience. Getting absolutely rocked. I think that's gonna happen again. They're playing Edmonton tonight or maybe tomorrow, and Edmonton's gonna be having like McDavid and Draisaitl and a couple other guys in the lineup. It's like, yeah, this could get pretty ugly. But it's fun, and I'm sure if you're in the area, it's pretty cheap to go to those games too. So if you want to just catch some of the games, see the first, couple games for some rookies, like I'm sure there'll be a lot of people watching Bedard's first preseason game because Chicago hasn't played any preseason stuff yet. I think they play in maybe like a day or two. So that'll be, I'm sure a lot of people will be tuning in for that, but. That's really all there is, like, for the most part.
I was looking at the scores, and I was like looking for Chicago, and I don't know why they're playing so late.
I know. I was wondering that also.
Scheduling thing, I guess. I don't know. I didn't see a reason.
Like Arizona had like 3 games in one day or something like that.
Well, they have the split squad, right?
Squads, yeah.
Yeah, they split them up, but they were like
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot. It's like a clinic.
Yeah, they had a whole bunch of guys signed to PTOs that they like they had like 15 PTOs just so that way they could fill out the squads for the split squad games, and they just released some people. I saw Dzingel was cut, and Levy also was cut. So those guys aren't going to be playing for Arizona this year, but yeah, that'll happen. So we'll see as more of the PTOs get cut, or some people do end up signing. I don't know if anyone from a PTO is signed yet, and there's a couple other guys playing in some preseason games. So we'll see how those go. But we're getting down to it. I mean, there's not many UFAs and RFAs left.
I feel like still the same as last week. Like there's the big names that just we're still waiting on.
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing's happened on the RFA front. Although I did hear reports that it's going to be a 3-year deal for Zegras, and they haven't said what the projected AAV is going to be for that yet. And then
I guess that makes sense. Like they've gone this long, 3 years just makes sense because if they can't agree on long or short, they just pick somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I think that probably makes sense for both parties, and I haven't heard anything on Drysdale, so we'll see. Maybe news is broken right now. Nope.
Check Twitter.
Yeah, nope. I don't see anything. It's all just preseason.
Hashtag Pinto.
Yeah.
There was some buzz about Buffalo being interested in Zegras.
I know. Yeah, I heard that, and it's like.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make much sense. Like they don't really need a center.
Like,
we do.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll take them.
There was also buzz about Patrick Kane going there, and like, we don't need that.
Yeah, that one could still happen, and he was skating like today or yesterday or something like that. So it's possible that he's ready to go, and like I think they said he might sign in like a few weeks with a team. So at least
he's from Buffalo, so.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you get like $1 million, like just want to play for Buffalo. So then they'll take him. But like any other scenario, they're just giving up a prospect to get him. Like that's one of the guys that they're developing that they're going to give up for him, and I don't know if that's worth it.
No. Yeah, it could be similar to like what Bergeron and Krejci did last year, is they signed like a 1-year deal, and then they had like, you know, a certain amount in signing bonus, or what's the bonus when you have to play like to a certain level. Yeah, like an incentive, like a playoff incentive or something like that.
Yeah, because the way the bonuses work are they go to the cap the next year, so you can sign them for like $1 million and it's $1 million under the cap, but then the bonuses all go to the next year, so you can kind of finagle that a little bit. That's how the Bruins went obviously all out last year, and they had Bergeron and Krejci for like $2 or $3 million under the cap, and then now we're paying this year towards their bonuses.
Yeah, which maybe that wouldn't be the best move for Buffalo, because it's not like the Sabres are already guaranteed a spot, like a playoffs, like they already think they're in the playoffs. Like, so if they bet now on Kane for this 1 year and then they have to pay like a signing bonus next year, it might not be good. But that could be something they explore, just because the cap is going to go up next year and they already don't have as much money, or a ton of money as it is, so that might be the only way to get them if they are actually interested. Which nobody from Buffalo has actually said like we want Kane. Like obviously they wouldn't do that, but it could happen.
Yeah,
would be cool to just see him in another jersey. Although like he did play for the Rangers, which is pretty crazy. And I was actually at his first game as a Ranger, which was pretty cool.
Awesome.
But yeah, it would be pretty interesting and a good turnaround. I don't know how much offense is really left with him at this point, especially after the injuries. But he's still serviceable. I don't think he'd be playing on like the first couple lines, but maybe third line. Do some solid numbers there. Could be good.
Trying to find more info on the KHL trade that I have on the list.
Oh.
Should we just get to that now?
Sure, yeah. I'm not familiar with what this is, Dean.
All right. Well, this is actually he was a Bruins prospect at one point, Alexander Koklichev.
Okay.
He's in the KHL now, but he got traded from one team to another team in the same division, if that's even a thing in the KHL. And in his contract terms, there was an agreement that he can't play against his previous team. So whenever they compete, he'd have to sit out.
Really?
And I was wondering if that would ever be a thing in the NHL, and if it was, would it increase the amount of interdivisional trade? Like, because people try to like avoid divisional trades, right? Because like
Right.
Toronto's not going to trade Matthews to Tampa if they're going to be playing during the season or even in the playoffs. But like,
Yeah.
could you imagine they make that trade and then in the playoffs Matthews has to sit out? Like,
Oh my
I don't think it would
gosh.
ever get approved.
You could stock a bad team with good players, and then they won't have to play you, and they
Right.
beat all your competitors.
But so
Yeah,
I'm
but then
reading
you
this
wouldn't
article.
have any good players left if you're giving them all to them.
Oh.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Oh, no. We gave them all away.
They're all gone. Ryan Sandroni, the general manager aficionado. I know. I'll give them all to these guys, but I'll make sure that they don't play
I love
against me.
strange. I love like strange clauses to like contracts and trades.
Oh yeah, it's fun to have those weird conditions, and I don't remember what episode it was, but we were talking about that one trade that had like all those very obscure conditions where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't even wrap my head around this, like all the possible scenarios for which pick the team is gonna take, and it is pretty interesting to see that stuff. See how creative the managers can get. Like, what can I really get away with here to get the absolute best value out of this guy?
Yeah. So I mean, I heard about this trade on 32 Thoughts podcast, but this article came out September 6th, so like a while ago, and it says the agreement on the transfer of a hockey player is concluded in accordance with the standard form prescribed by the legal acts of the KHL, a bunch of legal jargon. It does not provide a condition for the prohibition of the player from participating in a match against the old club. So I don't know if it's actually going to be
upheld,
but like, I mean, if Elliot Friedman's reporting it, like, I don't know, I would just take that at face value, but I guess we'll come back to this when
yeah, sure.
season starts.
We'll keep you posted.
We'll see when he plays his old team, and we'll let you know what happens.
Yeah, I'm always.
You'll hear of this again.
But like, it's fun to have those. Like, did you ever play like that rule in Monopoly where like you'll buy someone's property and be like, well, if I land on it, I don't have to pay.
Yeah.
Like one of those things.
Special
like,
rules.
Even legal?
House rules.
Yeah, it's a KHL house rule.
You accepted it.
Yeah. You letting Eddie in?
Yeah. He's scratching at the door. I figured I'd rather not let him do that the whole time. And he'll probably stay here for a couple minutes, and then he'll want to leave, and I'll have to let him out again.
Classic cat.
Yeah.
I might go pee real quick.
All right.
Quick intermission.
We'll be back after these messages.
Hello.
Take it away, Sandroni. Here are those Heritage Classic jerseys that we were talking about.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's the oil drop with the number. And then they actually only have the numbers on one sleeve, not the other sleeve, which I guess is a callback to what
the Germans do.
Did. Yeah, is that true? No. You don't know anything. And then these are the Flames jerseys, which are a little bland, but...
Yeah, the Oilers look so cool. I guess the jersey by itself is cool.
It's not bad.
I think it's been a slow hockey week.
I might pick that one up. Yeah, it's been a bit slow, but I think we're all just sort of waiting for the big stuff that we've been waiting on all summer to finally come into place, and it's
gonna happen tonight in 3 hours from now.
Yeah. Teams sure like to take their sweet time to which, I mean, all the power to you, I guess. Oh yeah, we don't have a lot left on here.
The Google Doc is dwindling.
Maybe we'll have to play a game or something then.
We can do me versus Sandroni because I always am the host.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to play.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that'll be fair.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. I'll just quickly talk. We can talk quickly about these other jerseys since I just brought those up. So the Minnesota also it has a new third jersey, which is pretty much their reverse retros, but they have a new shoulder patch, which is like the state of hockey, which is pretty good, and then they have for the captain and the alternates they have a C, which is in the shape of the state of Minnesota, which is kind of fun.
I think that's really cool. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of that.
So that's cool. I don't know if the A doesn't really work for that one. I don't think so. It's probably just the C, but that's still pretty cool. So I think a lot of people were sort of hoping that they would adopt those because the colors are a lot nicer. I think the North Star colors, a lot of people really like those. So that's cool that they're adopting those. And then the Jets released their RCAF alternate, which they're going to wear I think 3 times this year, which is the Royal Canadian Air Force. So it's a throwback to them, and that's where their current logo comes from also. So it's like powder blue, and I'm sure we'll throw it up there. Thanks, Dean. And I mean, I think a lot of people have been wanting something like that for a while. I don't think they look very good, personally.
I didn't say I like it.
Really? You like them?
Yeah. I mean, the yellow gloves is kind of interesting. I guess.
Oh, I didn't see those.
I'm just looking at a picture of like the full jersey, or full uniform. I don't know. I guess it looks like a jersey you make for like a video game team or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know.
Just the
more
striping
eccentric than you'd get for a normal NHL. But I like when people kind of go out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the Bruins, you don't get that because it's the original 6 teams, so they kind of just stick with the classic designs. So I don't know. It's different, which I like. Like those random stripes. I don't know. It's the new look. It's kind of cool. And even like on the socks, I'm looking at it right now. Like it's just a red stripe and a blue stripe. It's like very simple, but it works. I don't know. I like them.
I'm not in love with the powder blue color all that much, so I don't know if it really works for me. And the striping is just a little like the way that the red stripe like cuts into the logo is a little strange. But I mean, I think people have been wanting it for a while, and it seems to be a pretty polarizing jersey. Like I've seen people say that they really love it. Like clearly, even right here, we've got a faction, couple factions starting up. But figured I'd just mention it. It's, clearly I like jerseys, so I guess maybe we should just do sort of like a jersey talk segment anytime there's any news. Yeah. That way we can just lump it all together, and then I can
intro song.
I can say my spiel. Yeah. and then we can get on.
The Minnesota ones are probably my favorite.
They're nice.
Of this batch of jerseys. I like that a lot. Yeah.
I think they look really good. Yeah. The shoulder patch is a nice touch, and I think a lot of people have been wanting them to have any sort of third jersey for a while because they haven't had one for a bit. So it's cool to always get that. I mean, I think pretty much every team should have some sort of third jersey because not every team does. It's just like add something else to your repertoire, and I'm a fan. So of course that does mean more jerseys I'd have to buy if I actually like them. But I don't have every jersey like that any team has worn in like the Adidas era or anything like that. I don't think I'll ever get there, but if I like it enough,
you need a bigger rack.
Yeah, I've honestly been thinking about getting a second one just to. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but the middle is sort of bowing a little bit.
Well, I'm just looking at the coat hangers at the top, too. Like, the jerseys seem to all fit, but then you look at the coat hangers, that's like a pretty dense...
Oh, it's pretty dense, yeah.
You should just build, like, a jersey cage back there.
A cage?
You should have something that rotates so you can keep seeing them all.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
A display, like a rotating display.
Yeah. It can auto pick out one.
Well, I think it would be cool to fill up,
change the main display.
Yeah, there you go. It stores
move
them in
that
the back.
rack and just fill your whole back wall with jerseys. You can probably fit let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6 on the top, and probably 18, just 6 per row, 3 rows.
Maybe I could. There is a window there. But
cover it. It's already covered.
Yeah, it is already covered. I'm not using it. Maybe I
but
could
it's
do
like
that.
a full dedicated wall.
Could just push the rack to the side, and then I could just change them out every episode or something like that.
Have a superstition for every Vegas game. You have to adjust the wall if they lose. And
oh my gosh, no, that's too much to keep.
Every game day before puck drop, you're just gonna stare at your wall and be like, "What's missing here?"
I have thought about that, like if I have a good record with any, if I'm wearing one of my jerseys when I'm watching the games, but I haven't kept track of it, which is probably good because I think it'll probably make me go crazy thinking about should I wear the one that's lucky tonight, or is it gonna be tainted if I try to use the luck? And it's no, I can't. I've already got enough of crazy shit going on. I get.
Sandroni, are you a superstitious sports fan?
No,
not at all.
That's
zero superstition.
Yeah, that's probably why.
That's why your teams don't win.
That's probably why the teams I root for do bad, because I'm just breaking the superstitions.
Mm-hmm.
He is a little stitious.
You didn't wear your underwear multiple days in a row.
No, I didn't. My buffalo underwear.
Yeah.
Everything that fans do has a direct relation to what happens on ice, so
right.
Keep that in mind. Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah. I did have a specific Carhartt that I wore to all the Clarkson games.
Oh, yeah.
But that was just because it was cold.
Yeah.
It's it was -5.
They'd open the Zamboni doors out back, and it would be cold air would rush in.
Oh, God, please close the doors, please. It is so cold in here.
Do you have a favorite memory from a Golden Knights game?
Yes, and you guys already went over this on the podcast, but it's when Nico hit that penalty shot against Cornell.
Tough one to beat.
Against the students, the student section end of the ice.
Yeah,
and it was
front row seats to it.
That was nuts. That was the best moment of my sports watching career.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, this is kind of off topic, but my probably best sports moment was when we went down to Syracuse and watched them play Duke. And that's the only college basketball game I've ever been to. I'm I can't go to another. They came back and beat their rivals with a buzzer beater. I'm I can't go to another college basketball game. I can't.
And then they stormed the court.
Yeah, I'm this is insane. This is awesome.
It's I'm gonna be disappointed if I go to any other games after this.
Yeah, Syracuse basketball.
Cooney.
Yeah.
Cooney.
Trevor Cooney.
He was my favorite.
We used to say that all the time when we were playing pickup and intramural and stuff.
Cooney.
Oh. Yeah, that Sturm goal was freaking awesome. And Cornell always brings their pep band to the away games too. Mm-hmm. So it's always fun to look over at them when they're sad.
Yeah. I went to a Clarkson game down in Cornell. I think it was the last game before COVID hit and shut everything down.
Oh yeah.
But that was pretty nuts because they got another tight stadium, and it's just a good place to watch a hockey game. And everyone's on top of each other. And Clarkson didn't win. I think there was a really big fight. Those teams didn't like each other.
No.
No, that was for sure. They're both very good. I think they both made the playoffs. But yeah.
Would have been cool to see the men's team, make a deep run in the playoffs while we were there. the women did win the championship though, which was really cool. So that was cool to witness.
Well, I know the men's team made it pretty far once because I remember I was home and they played in Manchester, New Hampshire against like Notre Dame was there and I forget the other teams and they didn't win, but
that was the first round and they gave Nico Sturm was playing and they gave him a 5-minute major for like nothing.
Yeah,
I remember
at the end
that
of the
was
game,
like
took him out for the rest of the game and the game was over. It's
saw that live.
Completely deflated them.
Tony Collins
Notre Dame and they're like disco ball helmets. You can't stand Notre Dame.
There was like back when Nico was on the Wild, they had like, you know, a couple like behind the scenes like videos with some of their players, and he was one of the ones that they did like a video with, and it was pretty interesting because he talked about that game and how, you know, he was, you know, upset that with the way that it turned out, and he had some video of him just sitting there watching the game, like how helpless of a feeling that must have been, like knowing I wish I could be out there with the boys, and that's always tough. But he still, you know, talked really fondly of the Clarkson, you know, athletic group and everything. So that was nice to hear him talk about that. But unfortunate end for his Golden Knights career, his Clarkson Golden Knights career. I guess he could still play for Vegas.
I mean, he won a cup, right?
Yes, he did.
How sad can he really be?
I'm sure he's rebounded. Yeah, that was recorded before he was with Colorado, so I think he's doing all right.
That's the thing about it. If like these pros, if they play at like a really small college or something like that, like at Syracuse, we had Carmelo Anthony, and like he's like idolized in Syracuse just because he came there and played.
Yeah,
and like. No one's gonna forget him because of that in Syracuse. Whereas like people that go to like these big schools like Notre Dame or Wisconsin or Northeastern or all these other big hockey schools, I don't know. I feel like the attachment to the player as an alumni isn't really quite there. Like a small, we got 3,000 students at Clarkson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely different because, you know, you don't have the same draw as those big programs, and so any player with some real, you know, skill and real promise, you're like, yeah, this is our guy. Like, I'm gonna follow, you know, his whole career, and that's what I've done with Nico. You know, like I watched him on, you know, Minnesota, and watched him in Colorado win the Cup, and now he's in San Jose doing pretty well for himself there. So I'll be following his career until the end.
I followed Sheldon Rempel's full NHL career as well.
Yes, the one game he has played in the preseason, so he probably won't make the roster, but it's cool to see that he's still there. I'm sure there's probably still a couple other Clarkson alum from when we were watching that might still be, you know, putzing around in the AHL and things.
Steve Perry's up to these days.
Steve Perry. Make sure you don't find the Journey front man who shares the same name.
Well, I bet if I type Steve Perry Elite Prospects, I'll get the right one.
There you go. I don't think he was the Journey guy was playing hockey, but you never know.
There's a lot of Steve Perry's though. Okay, Clarkson University. It's just him.
That's the one.
Well, I guess that was the end of his career.
He was number one.
Wow, you know, I thought
he was.
So 2013-14 was the first year at Clarkson. 917 save percentage. 14-15 season, 907. 15-16 season, 886. 16-17 season, 743.
Oh.
0-1-0. He only played one game.
Yeah. I mean,
Kylie 4
was
games
coming
played,
at that point.
but he only has one game on his record. So he got pulled 3 games?
Oh, probably.
Yikes.
Yeah, Kylie was probably coming.
And there's Jake Kylie.
I guess I'll look him up too.
I don't even know. Like, I don't know what the team currently looks like right now. I don't know.
I probably don't know anyone.
but I should probably see how they're doing. I think
Because Jake
they're already playing.
Kylie, I thought, got
they're-
drafted, right?
Yeah, they're getting going there. What was that?
Wow. Kylie
I
has
thought he got
stats at
drafted.
Clarkson. 9'11", 929, 929.
It's pretty good.
And Utica Comets in 1920 season or you played 2 games, 923. Then ECHL 887. Comets, Kalamazoo Wings, and I was playing in Glasgow.
Like the UK?
I think so.
Scotland.
Glasgow Clan, the EIHL, yeah, UK.
So, yeah, I think that's probably the end for for his chances for playing in the big boy leagues.
Sam Vigneault up to these days?
Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about him last time. I guess we'll just go through everybody that we remember.
I'm trying to think of players that could have played in the NHL.
Jack Jacome.
He's playing for Modo Hockey. Is that SHL? I think it's Sweden.
Oh, SHL.
Swedish Hockey League.
I know
you gotta still play
Ukiariu is Henry Ukiariu's brother who's in Buffalo.
I know they were brothers, but I guess that makes sense. It's not a common last name.
Yeah. Yuho did
Well,
not
got
have the
drafted.
I knew that was familiar.
Yeah.
Well, there was
Yeah, I looked it up a while back. I was like, I think they're probably related, and yeah, they are.
I forget the guy's name. There was someone who was drafted by the Bruins in like the 7th round, like a defender. He was there when we were still students.
Was Summers there?
Greg Morrow, Summers.
No, it was like I think his last name was like Mick something. Start with an M.
Oh, Mick. Yeah.
But he was only there like our senior year, I think.
Maybe he was like a freshman or a sophomore or something like that.
Ooh. Terrence Amorosa, drafted by Philly.
Amorosa.
I did look at, like, a little while back, I looked at some of those old rosters, and I was like,
Troy
I
Joseph,
remember these guys.
James DeHaas. That was drafted in 2012. That's so long. That's
Perry
crazy.
DeRiso. I'm sure for people that are not familiar with
have no
Clarkson,
clue.
they're like, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks for reminiscing for.
We got nothing better to talk about.
Yeah, we did not.
We need to open the phone line. I'm telling you.
Open the phone line, yeah. We'll start asking for questions in the comments section.
Phone
Pirate Radio.
You're live now on Bread Radio. Welcome to Bread Radio. Brought to you by the Bread Loves Hockey podcast. Yeah, hi. I just wanted to say I love your show, and yeah, please subscribe as soon as possible. Thank you.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Big fan.
Do you guys have like a P.O. box that could send letters? Writing into the show.
Brendan's the one that sets up all that stuff. He's the one that gets all the guests and everything.
I don't have a P.O. box, but I could probably look into something like that if necessary.
I'd send in like gifts and stuff. Unwrapping on it.
Ooh,
please don't be a bomb.
An unboxing. Oh yeah, great. Our final episode.
Yeah. We just didn't know it.
Yeah, oh my god.
This is episode 10 for you guys.
We made it.
Way.
We still haven't made any money.
You think we'll pass more episodes than subscribers, or have we already done that?
What was the question, Dean?
Have we passed more episodes than subscribers?
Not yet.
Justin McFall, that's who it is.
I don't even recognize that name.
He's 2018 Bruins 6th round pick.
We're at 20 subscribers right now as of
All
recording.
right, so we got 10 episodes as long as hopefully we get more subscribers by then.
Yeah, hopefully.
Justin McFall, elite prospects. What's he up to these days? I don't think he was even in like the training camp. Oh, he's still at Clarkson. Oh, he was the captain last year. Wow.
Ooh.
30 games played, 9 assists, 9 what is-
Points.
total points, yeah. 9 assists for 9 points.
He's a defenseman, so.
Yeah. 33 penalty minutes, plus minus of 12. Yeah,
Well,
so
we'll
he's
have
going
to
to play at
keep an
Clarkson
eye
again
on.
this year. His first year was 1920 season.
I would like to go to a game again. It's been a while.
You guys ever plan on going to like a Clarkson reunion?
A reunion? Maybe.
Clarkson men's open up October 7th. They got 2 games at Notre Dame. See, now we were just talking
There
about
you
that.
go.
Thought it was relevant. And they play home against Penn State. Penn State's coming up to the North Country.
Yeah, I don't remember them ever playing Penn State when we were there.
Yeah, I remember that they went to Arizona and played.
Did
Clarkson
they?
did, and then Arizona came up, I think. Arizona State. Sorry, Arizona doesn't have a hockey team.
Oh yeah.
They're like an independent, but they like just started their program down there, and I think they play like where the Coyotes play.
Oh. The Sun Devils?
Yeah. Yeah, the Arizona State Sun Devils.
At Mullet Arena?
What a great hockey mascot.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Playing St. Lawrence January 26th.
Ooh. Yeah, I know at the beginning of the season there would usually be like some of those Canadian like colleges that would come down and play, and they usually got pretty much destroyed.
Well, that was like the preseason.
Yeah,
or whatever.
like McGill.
McGill, yeah.
Those games were fun.
Guelph, I think came.
Yeah, Guelph.
I always like the Cornell games because like they're both really good hockey teams at the same time. So
yeah.
And it was like it's still like the New York State rivalry there. I thought, yeah,
that's
I
always
like
cool.
going to those games. I always mark the Cornell game down. Clarkson does go to Arizona State this year too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
And that's about it for non-conference. They play a lot of the Ivy Leagues in their conference, CCAC. But Vermont.
Yep, Vermont. Makes sense.
Yeah, but October 7th they open up, so you haven't missed any Clarkson men's hockey. I think the women's are already started.
Yeah, I think that's what I was seeing is the women's have played it. They've already won a couple games, it looks like. So that's
also,
good.
if you have like ESPN Plus for NHL, you also get the college games, right? That's on ESPN Plus.
Yeah. I've definitely.
And, $10 a month or whatever.
Watched some Clarkson. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always fun. So maybe
Well, that's the podcast for the week.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if you want to, I can try to find some players for a game.
You gotta give us a theme.
Yeah, let me. I mean, I could do players that were on both the Ducks and the Bruins, but that's probably a short list.
Oh no.
Or
I may know some. I don't know.
Let me see.
I got who was it? Josh Manson. You guys were playing last time around, and I got that way before you guys because he was a Duck for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I really fumbled the bag on that one. I should have known that one earlier.
Yeah.
But I was stuck on my Jacob McDonald and my my Devin Dubnyk for a little bit too long.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Like what I'm trying to think of a good theme here. I didn't come prepared as the host tonight.
It's not so easy, is it?
No, it's not.
You also don't know the hints. I should send them to you, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Let me think. Why don't I do... I'll just do players that played for either the Bruins, the Ducks, or the Rangers. I'll do that. I could throw in the Sabres there, too. Sure, why not?
Sabres too.
Yeah, there you
why
go.
not?
They play for at least 2 of those teams.
At least 2 of them. I could do
Is that what you're saying, or that they play for all 4?
All 4. I think that's
all
probably
4.
That seems like there might not even
That
be
narrows
a player.
it down.
There might not even be one.
Dominic Moore. He played for a lot of teams.
Yeah, we could
Sure,
do.
you mean he played for like 10 teams.
We could do the Puck Doku live. I haven't done that in a
Oh,
while.
I'm terrible at those.
I'm pretty bad too. Have you heard of those, Sandroni? It's basically like a 3x3 grid, and then it has teams or like stats or something, and you have to sort of pick a player that lines up with the intersecting lines, kind of like it's just like a grid, and you can't repeat players, so it can get kind of tricky. But yeah, okay, I think I have a player here. I just need to get the information for them.
I emailed you.
Okay.
They played on at least 2 of the following teams:
Yeah,
Ducks, Rangers, Buffalo, and Bruins.
Yeah, let's do that.
So they played on at least 2 of those teams.
See, now we already talked it up.
Right. And and you already or what website do you normally use for the stats? Elite Prospects?
I use HockeyDB, and then I make sure I find their current team with cap friendly, because if they haven't played this year, like they could have got traded in the off season.
Right.
As we learned from whoever.
Yeah.
Whoever that was, it was Pat Maroon.
Yeah, he's with the Wild now.
Yeah. And then the email, the first 3 before the number 1 and 2, those are the hints you give before, and then amateur team is the first of the 10 hints. Not very well organized. I guess I could have fixed that before I sent it, but oh well.
Okay, yeah.
I'm brainstorming.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see about the first one. It might be this one might be more of a gimme, but we'll still.
Bruins and Rangers. Rick Nash.
Okay, well, I have to think of another one. No, I'm just kidding.
He's got it.
Yeah.
I zero hints.
Okay. Here we go. So, current age is. Let me pull it up.
We'll let Sandroni go first.
28 years of age. He has played a total of. Where's the number? 413 games, and last played for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And so, yeah, I can remind you of the numbering, or what each amount of hints gets you if you need that.
I have them up, but for Sandroni. Well, actually, wait. Is there like a chat? Well, we can just. Yeah, let me send them in the
Discord chat. Yeah.
So Sandroni. Yeah. That we should have been doing this the whole time.
We're only 10 episodes in, folks.
Only the first 2 are numbered, but you get the point. That's
okay.
1 through 10.
Yeah, I get the pattern there. I think I would need a lot of these.
So Sandroni gets to say how many hints you need, and then I get to decide if I could guess it in less, and if
10.
You say 10. Okay. I'll go 9.
Oh. Think you can do it in 8 or less?
8 is current most recent cap hit.
Plus all the other ones.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
6 is career points or save percentage.
Right, you know what? I'm feeling so confident. I'm gonna let Sandroni go. I don't think he has it.
Oh no.
Okay.
I get a point if you're wrong.
My bluff.
Mm-hmm. This is how I'm gonna win. I'm just gonna let Sandroni mess up.
Okay.
It's a good plan.
So, his amateur team was, he played for the Merit Centennials in the BCHL in his first year, but he really started in University of Denver. Let's see what else we got here. Height and weight is,
I think I know it.
6'1", 188 pounds. And drafted, let me see, he was drafted in the 4th round in 2014. Drafted by the Boston Bruins, hint hint, obviously. Let's see, so he's played in the NHL from 2016-17
Oh,
to...
you did? Yeah, I got it.
Sidney Crosby.
Sydney. Wait, I had one more.
Oh no.
Career points. Career points. He has 176 points.
I'm not gonna get it.
No,
I guess anyway.
I figured this
I
one might be more of a layup, but we'll for.
I think I already got the point, but I'd like to rub it in.
Oh, good.
Go for it.
Dan Heinen, right?
Yeah.
Well, because you said, as soon as you said Pittsburgh, I was like, I think it's Heinen. But then I was like, did he play for any of these teams? And I'm like, he played for Buffalo, right?
No.
Which team did he play for other than the Bruins?
Bruins, Ducks, Penguins. That's it.
Ducks. Oh, he did play for the Ducks. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he played.
Because I thought it was Heinen, but I was trying to remember which of those teams he had played for.
He only played 52 games for the Ducks over 2 seasons, but he was there for a little bit.
All right, well, Sandro, I didn't guess. That's a point for me, baby.
There you go.
He wasn't there when I was a fan.
Yeah, 1920 and 2020, 2021. So he was that was a little bit after once the Ducks started getting bad again. Okay, I guess
I think at that point, if I watched hockey, I was only watching the Rangers at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you said University of Denver, and then I knew it.
Oh, I didn't. I'm surprised that you knew that.
Well, I just knew it because they were talking about Jim Montgomery is the coach, and Heinen's coming back, and Montgomery coached Heinen at Denver.
Okay.
Montgomery was the coach of University of Denver. So he coached Heinen in college. That's how I knew. It helps with the Bruins theme. At least on that one.
Okay, let's see. Nope, this person did not qualify for what we were looking for. Nope. I'm trying to think of a player.
Well, it's harder than you think, right?
I have to verify that they were actually playing for 2 of these teams before I say them. Otherwise, I'm gonna get crucified. Actually, hold up. We're good to go. Got it. Okay. So, age is 38 years old. Amateur team was the Hamilton Bulldogs, and current height and weight is 5'11", 189 pounds.
That is not the direction I thought we were going. What was the weight?
189.
Jeez. Okay.
Unless that's kilograms, but I don't think so.
That'd be scarier.
Yeah.
Alright, I was just gonna do a little gamesmanship here and say 10.
Oh, that's nice.
9.
8.
Oh God.
Oh no, we're in a similar position. 7.
You got it, Sandroni.
Oh no.
He's like, this isn't what I wanted.
This is how I win.
What do you say the last team was?
Oh, I did not say that. I said the amateur team when I should have
You
said
did
the
not.
last team or current team. The last team
Oh,
was the Rangers, so I gave you a freebie there.
okay. Ah.
I'm
Yeah,
still gonna
last
let
team was the
Sandroni have it.
Rangers.
Are you
So,
going to give us some hints?
yes, so
I'm owed a few hints.
It's what, 7, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drafted in the 9th round of the 2003 draft.
Whoa, you're supposed to give him the spot, not the year. Jeez.
Oh, sorry. Well, I already told you how old he was, so I guess you can sort of infer,
Sure.
but I won't do that in the future.
There's not even 9 rounds anymore, so I mean, it was already a hint that it was...
Right.
Yeah.
He was
Whatever.
drafted
Anyway.
by the Canadians, and he played in the NHL from 06-07 to last season. Let's see. And then the career points or save percentage is... Where is that? 915 save percentage. So you got a big hit there. And then one. It's at one more because you said 7.
7, yeah. So that'll be country.
So country is Slovakia. So that should be another big hint also.
Slovakia.
To be fair, I
can't remember his name.
I don't have it off the top of my head yet either.
The wheels are spinning.
Slovakian goalie that just retired.
Slovakia. That threw me a curveball.
Oh,
yeah, I was
okay.
thinking Gibson. He's still playing anyway, right? He's not that old.
Gibson? Yeah, no. And he's only played for the Ducks.
No.
Yeah.
Gibson's still a Duck.
Yeah.
Well, Lundqvist isn't Slovakian. And he's still playing too, actually. Or no?
I was... Oh, wait. Could that be an option? Is it Lundqvist?
No.
Slovakian.
No, it isn't.
He's only played for the Rangers as well, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he went to the Capitals.
He went to the Capitals, but he never actually played.
That's also not part of the category.
No.
No.
So I guess that goes on to Dean.
Do I still get a guess?
Oh.
That was your guess. You're wrong.
Yeah.
I get another point. 2-0, baby.
The end.
This is easy.
I'll give you one more
He
guess.
said Slovakia. I was thinking like Ryan Miller. But
He's American.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. I said until you said Slovakia.
Oh, okay.
That's a curveball it threw me.
Yeah, same.
He didn't play for the Rangers last year. I guess I didn't.
Yeah.
I said the most recent team he played for. I didn't say. Well, I did say he played.
You
last
did say
year,
last year as
yeah.
well.
So I did already.
All right,
say
Dean. You want another hint? I think you're.
Well,
owed
at
one
this
more.
point, we're just guessing for fun. So if you want to just give us another hint.
I can. Let's see. Current most recent cap hit. Gotta find that.
I think. A lock? He's not retired.
That's the correct response.
Really? He retired? I didn't even know that.
I didn't say he retired.
Well, last.
He did not.
I thought you said he played his last year.
I said he last played.
The last year he played
was last season. I mean,
the order of the words that matters.
Yeah, well, I guess I figured 38, and maybe I just assumed.
I don't think he's I don't think he's signed with, or no, did he announce his retirement?
I feel like I would have heard that. Because I know he
might still be a UFA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he officially announced his retirement, but he's not currently affiliated with the team. But yeah, that was him. So he played with the Rangers and the Bruins. Were the two teams.
Yeah, I remember him being drafted by the Canadians too.
Yeah, I did not know that.
They keep giving me layups with Bruins players. You gotta give us someone who hasn't played on the Bruins.
Well, that'll be more of a hint then too, won't it?
True.
Yeah. Let me. Well, I could do Ryan Miller too.
Ducks, Rangers, and Sabres.
You could have.
I could have.
Wait. Do Ryan Miller.
Yeah. Don't tell Dean.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Can we edit that out?
La 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 la.
Not listening. Let's see. I'm putting a lot of.
I'm not good with names.
No. That might not.
Number 12.
Yeah, all right. You have to guess their jersey number.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, I probably have better odds. To be honest.
I have the two teams that I want to pick in mind. I'm just trying to find somebody that I can think of that fits the description. Here we go. This one, This one might be difficult, but I
So it's Ducks, Rangers, Buffalo, two of those teams.
Right.
Okay.
So
10.
does it yeah.
9.
So the person I'm going to pick has only played for one of these teams, but has signed with with the other team.
Oh.
So that's a hint there already. So I will pull up his information now. Oops. There you are. Okay. So this player is 29 years of age.
Oh.
6'2", 200 pounds, and was most recently, well, would you guys rather know who they signed with, or who they most recently played for?
Who they played for. That's what I've been doing. Who they played actual games with.
Okay, I'll say that. And that was the Sabres.
That means they just got traded in the offseason or signed and then retired or something.
Who's starting it off? Sandroni is, I guess.
10.
Yeah.
10. Good thinking.
9.
8.
Ooh.
I'll go 7 just because I'm already up 2-0.
6.
Go for it. Give me that.
There we go.
He never learns.
Okay.
So is it just the 3 teams?
Yes.
Rangers, Ducks,
Buffalo.
Sabres.
Yep.
Not Bruins.
No Bruins.
Correct.
Maybe Bruins.
Well, this person didn't. This person only played for 2 of the teams. They didn't play for all 3.
Okay.
Well, I thought you said they played for one and are signed to the other.
Right. That's what that is. Yeah.
Played for one, signed to the other.
So
okay.
the minor league team is Yaroslavl Loco Jr. in the MHL.
Men's Hockey League.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. The Russian minor league team. Drafted. Where is that? Why do they not have the draft?
Top of Hockey DB, like top left.
I
With their
think-
height and weight.
I think
Undrafted?
They went undrafted.
Oh boy.
So no draft team there either, obviously. So unfortunately, you lost out on those on those hints.
Undrafted is a hint.
Started playing in the league in 18-19, and played up until this most recent season. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 6.
How old are they?
29. And career points is 39. So good luck.
Good luck. I think Dean's handicap should be I should be allowed to use the internet.
That sounds fun. Yeah, let's phone a friend.
I got nothing.
Me either.
I would probably say this is a tough one.
All right, give me
Brendan,
the point.
you have a
3-0,
guess?
baby.
What was that, Sandroni?
Do you have a guess?
Yeah.
I've
got a strong guess. I guess I'll just keep going through the hints. So country is Russia. I think that was pretty obvious. I can give you I'll just keep going. I'll give you as many as I can find. Cap hit. Most recent cap hit is... Whoops, let's go over here. 2.75 million. Most recent.
Dean's gonna get it on the last one.
Most recent points was 12 points. Or 14 points, excuse me, in 68 games. And every NHL team they played for, I guess I'll just give it them all, is the Coyotes, and the Maple Leafs, and the Sabres.
Well, who just signed him? Can you say that? I mean, we don't worry. We're lost.
I guess I'll say that
Lost.
was Anaheim.
I still don't know.
Oh,
You gotta
no.
be a defenseman.
I'd say that's a safe bet.
Russian
That's what I
defenseman
was
on
thinking.
Buffalo. I don't watch the Sabres.
He also, because the Sabres last year each player had a goal song to be played at home if they scored a goal, he had a interesting choice for his goal song, which I don't think he ever got to hear because the only goals he scored were on the road. But if you had heard that that tidbit about this player, you probably hadn't, but
Doesn't help.
let's see. What else can I give you?
Their initials.
I could give you
What jersey number?
that might actually be helpful. I don't know what it is, but I could probably find out.
Honestly, initials might not even give it to me. Like, I don't know. I mean, we've heard of them, right?
Yeah, you'll know probably.
Did Ristolainen get traded? Well, he's also not Russian.
He wore number 46.
David Krejci.
He's worn 46 his whole career.
I have no idea.
The song was "I'm a Gummy Bear."
Oh no.
Honestly, that does kind of ring a bell, but not enough.
I'm
I'm
sure
like, oh, that's a Russian player.
That'll push you over the edge. Yes, it is a Russian player. Let's see. He shoots
Zadorov?
right.
Is that a defenseman?
Who?
Zadorov? But he's...
Zadorov? No.
He was a defenseman on Toronto at one point, right?
Yes, I believe so.
But he never played in Buffalo.
Not as far as I know.
Give us those initials.
His initials are IL.
IL.
That should. I mean, that's definitely uncommon, but it might not help you if you don't know.
Is his first name Igor?
No.
Very Russian name.
That is a Russian name.
Mm.
It's another common.
Ivan.
It's not Ivan.
Ilya?
It's Ilya, yeah.
Ilya, I don't know this. Ilya.
I'm pretty much spoon feeding you.
Enjoy doesn't know it either.
Ilya L.
I know that.
Lennon.
No. It's a long last name.
So then, like, Chev.
It ends in
Yeah, what's the
Kin.
last syllable?
It ends in kin.
Why do I not know this? Ilya Lakin.
Oh, yeah, that's it. No.
Labushkin.
That's it. Ilya Labushkin. Yes. I should have. I made that one too hard.
That's
but
not an easy one.
No, that was a hard one.
All right, well, I'm going 3-0. I'm out of here. See ya.
Okay.
All right.
Peace
This is
out,
a sweep.
Yeah.
GG.
That was a tough one though.
The last one was a struggle.
Especially because he's never played for the Ducks, but.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say because Dean's never played the game. It was just a struggle.
Yeah, I would know
That's
better
fine.
if I was in the show, as they say.
If you were hosting,
Yes.
that does help. All right, well, bit of a stranger episode this time, a little topsy-turvy, but
Didn't even make it an hour and a half. That'll be a nice, easy edit.
yeah, that was good.
Tune in next week.
Exactly, buddy.
Like, comment, subscribe.
We'll have another tantalizing guest on who will have
Next
tons of
week,
riveting
Trevor will be on
conversations.
for sure.
Yeah, I gotta reach out to him again. We'll see. I mean, I'm not gonna go crazy with it. If he can't make it happen, then I'm not gonna force it. But
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we'll get some other interesting folks on here, and we appreciate your time tonight, Ryan, helping us out. And
Who's Ryan?
To all my fans out there.
yeah, get on your soapbox. This is your
Owen, Justin.
That's all of them.
That's everyone.
Name dropping.
Yeah, I know all these guys from the show. Well, thanks everybody. We'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Mom's okay.
Yeah, as long as you're not in an airport.